I've never felt disabled, and I don't think of myself that way today. I just feel like a normal guy.
It's not the barrier or the situation of yourself that defines you. It's what you do with that.
So anyone could be hit by a bus, so you need a plan B.
When I was 12, they diagnosed me with a condition called juvenile motor neurone. This disability I've had from birth.
So I have a connective tissue disorder called classical type Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It basically means there's faulty collagen, and collagen's the glue that holds your body together.
I was driving along perfectly normally, but there must have been something on the road. We think it might have been a water puddle or maybe some oil. As I passed it, my car just lost control completely. And then it went up an embankment and it came back down and the nose hit the tarmac. I tried to open the door with my fingers and just realized that my fingers weren't opening. And I touched my leg and my legs were numb. And I couldn't move and I couldn't get out of the car. And that's when I knew what had happened. I'd become paralyzed.
It was very hard to come to terms with not being able to walk and not being able to do what normal kids were able to do. I did what pretty much every first year student does, you know. You go to the lectures, you go to your tutes, you do all the right things. However, my marks weren't being represented by that. I just withdrew from uni.
It was a very uncertain time when I was diagnosed. I certainly didn't picture myself in a wheelchair. I've always loved performing. It's a kind of a feeling of freedom. Well, I stopped when I jumped off a trapeze and I dislocated my knee. A lot of things happened really quickly and I was forced to sort of look at other options, which made me apply myself to my academics more.
After the accident, I had quite a few complications over the years. That was when I found a love for medicine. And it was really in 2014 when it came time for me to make a decision about medicine again. I mean, I've been thinking about it the whole time, every single day. It was just a matter of when I was going to come back and do it.
For me, social work's been a big part of my life. I had a mentor. She helped me to, be where I am today. So I decided to call Griffith Uni back, and I'm very hopeful in graduating my social work degree this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's done.
I was worried that people were going to think I was incapable, and I do get that, a lot of people assuming that I'm not intelligent or I'm not a capable person because of my appearance as a person with disability. It was something I feared and something I have faced. However, I feel like I've had the opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong too, which is always fun to do. And I really appreciate the opportunity to teach people when they don't necessarily have high expectations of people with disabilities.
My days were so long when I was a medical student. So, I had a singular focus. I got up at 3 or 4 a.m. most days, 6 days a week actually. I went to the hospital and did all the bits and pieces that I had to do in the hospital, and then I'd go to the library or the med school and study. Often till the last tram came, which is about 10 or 11 p.m. I did that from Sunday to Friday, slept all day on Saturday, and just did it again. And I did that for 2 years. I think my life is almost full of cliches, but it's the truth. I got into medicine because I want to help people. I got through medicine because I just worked every day.
I've always wanted to play wheelchair rugby, because just from the sheer brutality of what it's called murder ball. But the game itself, it's kind of a combination of hockey, basketball and AFL. when I was doing that, I got nicknamed Chair Bear. So basically I got the nickname that I was a big cuddly Care Bear in a wheelchair. My goal for wheelchair rugby is just to keep going. Now I've done it for about 4 years now, and I'm in my 3rd year playing for Queensland. I would love to play for my country, and very much would love to play for Australia in the 2020 Paralympics in Tokyo.
One of the biggest challenges that I've had since the accident is actually getting employed. I put in my application just like everyone else. But about 3 weeks later, I got an email saying, "We've withdrawn your application," and that was because I had a spinal cord injury. Just after Christmas, I sent another email saying, "You know what's happening?" And they're like, "Look, it's very unlikely that you're going to get a job with your peers this year." I was fortunate enough to have a lot of advocates, and all that came together, and I think that's what really pushed everything to a point where 2 days before everyone started work, I got a phone call saying, "Can you start on Monday?" And that was that.
I'm hoping to graduate the end of next year, which should be really exciting, and then hopefully move straight into a Masters of Speech, because I wanted to work with children with disabilities, because I feel music is really the language of children. This isn't who I plan to be. See, from when I was still fighting me.
An injury or accident or something, some big event in your life can enable you rather than disable you.